In 2003, television news helped sell a war.
Target Iraq. Operation Iraqi Freedom.
What you see is the truth.
There's no question that Saddam Hussein had al-Qaeda ties.
People have a right to know. We need a television network with the courage and ability to investigate, report, and debate without bending to government or corporate pressure. The Real News will be such a network.
In Basra, Iraqi army troops and Mahdi army gunmen, loyal to Shiite cleric Muqtada al-Sadr, engaged in a firefight on Wednesday. The second day of heavy clashes.
Over 47 million people in the United States have no health insurance, and millions more are underinsured. In 2005, over 2 million filers and their dependents declared bankruptcy due to medical costs. Between 2000 and 2006, 137,000 people died in the U.S. because they lacked health insurance. Though the United States spends almost double the amount of other major industrialized nations, the World Health Organization ranked the U.S. healthcare system at number 37 internationally. The U.S. government announced another $800 billion injection on Tuesday in the hopes of bolstering the frozen credit markets and the devastated housing markets. These recent pledges by the federal government are in addition to the $7.76 trillion already pledged as tallied in a recent Bloomberg report. The $800 billion announced Tuesday and the $7.76 trillion from the Bloomberg estimate add up to $8,560 billion, or $26,500 for every man, woman, and child in the United States.
The Shias are trying to gain power in Baghdad. The Sunnis are trying to hold on to power in Baghdad.
So the problem is the Shia and the Sunni fighting for power, Americans trying to keep peace. The debate in the United States, stay and keep peace, or we can't keep peace, so we should get out. That's the picture of Iraq on American television news.
Very definitely. Americans continue to receive a badly distorted view of what's going on in Iraq.
A lot was made of the fact that she rejected $233 million in congressional funds for a bridge from Ketchikan, Alaska to an airport on Gravina Island.
I told Congress thanks, but no thanks on that bridge to nowhere.
But during the Alaskan gubernatorial campaign in 2006, the Anchorage Daily News reported that she was in favor of the bridge.
Well, I do support the infrastructure projects that are on tap here in the state of Alaska that our congressional delegation has worked hard for.
The only difference between the Republican and Democratic parties is the velocity with which their knees hit the floor when corporations come pounding on their door.
2,000 union members from across Ontario showed up in Oshawa Thursday to show solidarity for Canadian Auto Workers Local 222. The auto workers had set up a blockade at the General Motors Canadian headquarters in Oshawa on June 4th, one day after GM announced they would be shutting down a truck assembly plant, cutting 2,600 jobs next year. You're not letting anybody through at all?
No, we have a list of people that we've agreed to let in payroll. There's a list of names.
Payroll's good, I guess.
Payroll's good. It keeps everything going.
Roughly 2 minutes of coverage per network per week. This is what the three major US networks now think the drama in Iraq is worth. This story was broken by the New York Times, quoting research carried in 2008 by TV consultant Andrew Tyndall. The networks are not talking about the Pentagon underreporting or not reporting Iraqi civilian death. As Donald Rumsfeld used to say, the Pentagon don't do body counts. The networks are not talking about almost 5 million displaced Iraqis, 2.4 million inside Iraq and 2.3 million in Jordan and in Syria. And the networks are not talking, and especially not showing US soldiers coming home in body bags.